Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be closing out my budget for the month of July. And I know I already made my August budget. Typically, I will do this before I do my August budget, just so I have all the numbers all pretty much wrapped up. But technically, I don't really need it as long as I close out, let me flip back. As long as I close out the second paycheck, this is the amount that usually gets carried over, or what I base it on. I decided that this time I would kind of close it out with you and show you my process and what I do now that I kind of have a process, or now that I'm kind of used to doing this. Before, it would take me forever. So what I pretty much do is, well, first let me show you what we're going to be closing out, the worksheet that we're going to be closing out, So we are going to be filling out this Where Did My Money Go worksheet. This Where Did My Money Go as far as monthly debt and savings breakdown. This one's for bills and our variable spending. And then a monthly comparison. This one's just pretty much these numbers here. It's just from here. It's just comparing it to the month of June. I already have my July debt payment plan filled out and my monthly net worth tracker filled out, usually towards the end or whenever I get a chance to. Before I close out my paycheck number 2 budget, I will already have this filled out, just so when I do this part here, it doesn't take me forever. I also have these all pre-filled out as well, just to save me some time. Before, what I used to do was add up all of my expense trackers in the categories here. It works out for me that I am only using 2 of these paycheck bill trackers, because now what I do is just add up the numbers from here, from paycheck number 1 and then paycheck number 2, and I will just go ahead and add it in here. So let me flip this over, because I don't like to write when it's all spread out. I usually have a bookmark or something to kind of keep this open, but I'll just flip back and forth. So got my calculator ready. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit. So let me zoom in just a little bit so you guys can see. So what we're going to do is start off with the starting balance, which is pretty much how much money I had at the start of July, which is this amount here. Paycheck, the first paycheck in July, technically, for the month. So this is the amount that we had left over, which also is the amount that I have here in my expense tracker as well. So this is my checking account, and then I also had $20 here in cash. So I had a total of $126.33 starting out. $126.33. So I'm just going to put $106.33 was checking, and then $20 of that is cash, just so I know. And then incoming income, 20 cents plus, this is not incoming, that was my starting balance. And then here, paycheck number 2, $29.89 and 76 cents. Plus, I'm not going to count this $24.32. I also make myself a note. It's technically not income, it's just what was rolled over from the previous budget here. So here at the bottom, I had leftover money. I believe I went through that when I closed out my bi-weekly paycheck budget. And then I also have incoming income of $80. Hopefully I don't mess up, because paycheck number 2 budget was a little tricky because my sister-in-law cheated us out. She got takeout for us, or we picked it up and she just paid us back in cash. So that's pretty much it for income. So I'm going to write down the complete total. So $58.94.96, and I'm just going to write, I usually put a combination of paychecks, leftover money. Sometimes we'll transfer over money from our savings account, but we didn't do that this time. I'm also going to put, I'm just going to put $ from sister. So that's what made up that income. And then If I add that up to our starting balance, 126.33 gives us a total of $6,021.29. So we'll see if that came out accurately when I get to the bottom, because my numbers should match. So now we're going to just add up all of the categories here. Okay, so now that I finished adding it up, I do want to add though that having these highlighted here really does make it a little bit easier for me to catch what categories I am adding up, instead of just really looking out for what the category is. So for example, here for life insurance, I already know that it's in purple. So I'm adding up insurance. I already know to look for anything highlighted in purple. So all of these budget categories that's highlighted, I already have kind of memorized. So it makes it a little bit easier for me to go back and total them up. So that's why I try my best to really remember to highlight these when I can. So yeah, so what I'm going to do now is just highlight here whether I'm under or over, just so I can see which budgets I'm over or which ones I'm under. So for the most part lately, we've been over on food budget, and that's what we're trying to work on. So right now I'm going to focus on highlighting anything that we went over budget in blue. Went over household. Okay, so never mind. It looks like we pretty much were under budget for the most part. I'm gonna put this here, and so I can write it down later, which one's over and under. Usually for gas, we're always under budget, but overall, I'm pretty proud that we're not over budget in more categories. So I'm gonna put over budget, under. So now I'm going to just add up all of these expenses, but the total here that I got from everything here is $5,563.90. I'm already off. So $457.39 is what we should have left over. But what we actually had left over is $251. So I'm going to write on here actual left over amount is $251.01, which is missing $206. I wonder if I forgot to count. Let me try to figure this out. Okay, I figured it out. Pardon the hot mess over here with all the whiteout. I just added in two things. I added in the Prime membership. Our annual membership was due, and it was actually a lot more than I thought. I thought it was just a flat $119, but I guess there's taxes. I totally forgot about that. And then also when my sister-in-law treated us out, that did come from our checking account, so I just put that in there since I did add the income that she gave us, or the $80 cash that she gave us to pay us back. And so our total income here at the bottom, $6,021.29, minus our total expenses for the month, $5,770.31, which gives us a total of $250.98, which is a 3-cent variance, which I'm okay with, better than like $450. With the percent of income, I'm only going to maybe calculate the ones that we spent the most. Usually it's like food. So I'm going to do percent of income, not percent of budget, just so we know how much of our income that we're spending on these categories. For the most part, everything else is in like the 1 and 2 percentages. There's only a few that really get into the double digits. 60. So this one is like 9.5%. And then I'm just gonna go, so rent. Rent's always a chunk of our income, 23% of our income. And then debt, we did pay extra on my Navient student loan this month. It was an extra $700. I really want to get that done before August or before it's due next. So this one is 15%. And then savings, 11%. It's 11%. So I'm just going to pretty much leave it at that. Maybe I'll do the percentages again later on. But I'm going to move on to this worksheet here, the Where Did My Money Go monthly debt and savings breakdown. So here, this is usually pretty easy to fill out. Total monthly income was $6,021.29, and it's going to be the same thing here. Total monthly debt payoff. I'm just going to write down what we paid off here on this side. So $916.73. So $707 went towards our Navient. It wasn't due or anything. We just paid extra. And then for my federal loan for this month, for some reason, I don't know if I scheduled an overpayment or not, but instead of the minimum payment of $143, it was $204.73. $204.73. So the percentage here, percentage of income to debt, so 15%. So here, 77% of this monthly debt payoff went towards my Navient, and then the rest, 23%, went towards my federal loan, which we are trying to pay off Navient, so that makes sense to me. So as for total monthly savings, we did save $690. That percentage was 11%. Emergency fund, I believe we only put $240. We didn't put any in. Actually, we do have an auto payment going into our savings number 2. And then for cash, we did start doing sinking funds for this month. Let's just say 35% of what we paid off. Or not paid off, 35% of the total amount that we save went towards our emergency fund. 50 divided by 690, 7%. So 58% went towards our sinking funds. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this monthly breakdown. I'm really happy that our debt is going down. And so the only thing left to fill out is this one here. And here on the top, I do like this where it has monthly income change. So for July income, our income was $6,021.29, just so we know whether we were spending more because we made more or vice versa. Here for June was pretty much almost double, so $11,759. And this one, we had my medical stuff. I had to pay my hospital bill, emergency bill, and all of that. And then a chunk of it went to savings. I'm going to put went down difference of $5,738.29. And I'm just going to go ahead and transfer the amounts from the previous page. I believe that is pretty much it for the closeout. Like I said earlier, let me zoom out of here. Like I said earlier, I usually do these before I even start the August budget or before I even write down the August budget, but really don't need it as long as I make sure to close out paycheck number 2 in here. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys are finding these helpful, like closing it out with me and kind of walking you through my process. It does look like it's a lot of work, filling out all these worksheets back here, but I think it's great if you want to see overall how where your finances stand, I guess, because I don't know, for me, it's truly helped me out. So yeah, anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next video. Have a great day, guys. Bye.